Adiós, narrador. Que era broma.
Farewell, Stanley, cried the narrator, as Stanley was led helplessly into the enormous metal jaws. In a single visceral instant, Stanley was obliterated as the machine crushed every bone in his body, killing him instantly.
Bájame, bájame. Mi reacción ha sido, ¿pero qué cojones? Pero si esto lo jugué ayer. Y con el Minecraft ha sido en plan de, oh Dios mío, ¿en qué momento me he puesto a jugar al
And
Minecraft?
yet it would be just a few minutes before Stanley would restart the game, back in his office, as alive as ever. What exactly did the narrator think he was going to accomplish? When every path you can walk has been created for you long in advance, death becomes meaningless, making life the same. Do you see now? Do you see that Stanley was already dead from the moment he hit start?
Hay una sala en la que están esos 5 botones y no sé muy bien en qué orden se pulsan, pero seguro que eso da otro final. No sé cuál, pero seguro que da otro final. Vale.
Oh, look at these two. How they wish to destroy one another. How they wish to control one another. How they both wish to be free.
Vale.
Can you see? Can you see how much they need one another? No, perhaps not. Sometimes these things cannot be seen. But listen to me. You can still save these two. You can stop the program before they both fail. Push escape and press quit. There's no other way to...
No ha pasado nada. ¿Comenzar la partida?
This is the story.
No ha pasado nada, ¡eh! No, tío. No ha pasado nada. Cago
All
en
of his
todo.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Derecha.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well.
Lo sé perfectamente.
Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just
Sí,
to
y
admire
aquí estoy,
it.
mirándola.
Stanley felt lightheaded, butterflies in his stomach. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, mejor sigo recto. ¿Y te saliste del mapa? Sí.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Vale.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
O voy
I'm
por
not
ahí
your
o voy
enemy,
por
really,
allí.
I'm not.
¿Por ahí o por allí?
I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's
Bajo o no
someone you've
bajo,
been
bajo o no bajo,
neglecting,
bajo o no bajo.
Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. Please, stop trying to make
no
every
bajo.
decision by yourself.
Bajo la siguiente.
I'm not asking for me, I'm asking for her. This is it, Stanley. Your chance to redeem yourself. To put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's
Tarde,
been
tarde,
waiting.
Manu. Venga, vamos a coger el teléfono.
That's her, Stanley. You need to be the one to do this. To reach out to her. If you can truly place your faith in another, then pick up the phone.
¿Dónde me llevará esto? 427.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just pulling the bread out of the oven. Oh.
Cariño.
Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
¿Cómo?
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving wife who'd want to commit their life to you? I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley.
¿Qué hijo de
I'm
puta?
trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here.
Ah, no entro, ahora te jodes.
Sorry,
Por puto.
but you're in my story.
¡Qué desgraciado! ¡Qué desgraciado! Me ha puesto un muro. ¡Qué puto! ¡Qué puto! A que me lo cargo con la lámpara. ¡Qué asco de persona, tú! ¿Qué?
This
Hola,
is a
cariño.
very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence. Look at him there, pushing buttons, doing exactly what he's told to do. Now he's pushing a button. Now he's eating lunch. Now he's going home. Now he's coming back to work. One might even feel sorry for him, except that he's chosen this life. But in his mind, he can go on fantastic adventures. From behind his desk, Stanley dreamed of wild expeditions into the unknown, fantastic discoveries of new lands. It was wonderful. And each day that he returned to work was a reminder that none of it would ever happen to him. And so he began to fantasize about his own job. First, he imagined that one day while at work, he stepped up from his desk to realize that all of his co-workers, his boss, everyone in the building had suddenly vanished off the face of the earth. The thought excited him terribly.
Presiona B para pasar el tiempo con los muchachos. What?
So he went further. He imagined that he came to two open doors and that he could go through either. At last, choice. It barely even mattered what lay behind each door. The mere thought that his decisions would mean something was almost too wonderful to behold.
Presiona 8 para preparar la cena.
As he wandered through
What?
this fantasy world, he began to fill it with many possible paths and destinations. Down one path lay an enormous round room with monitors and mind controls. And down another was a yellow line that weaved in many directions. And down another was a game with a baby. And he called it the Stanley Parable.
Me encanta porque los finales que acabo de nombrar ya los he visto. Presiona 8 para contarle a los niños una historia.
It was such a wonderful fantasy, and so in his head he relived it again, and then again, and again, over and over, wishing beyond hope that it would never end, that he might always feel this free. Surely there's an answer down some new path, mustn't there be? Perhaps if he played just one more time.
Para presiona 1 para decirle a su esposa que la ama. Te
But
quiero,
there is
cariño.
no answer.
What?
How could there possibly be? In reality, all he's doing is pushing the same buttons he always has. Nothing has changed. The longer he spends here, the more invested he gets, the more he forgets which life is the real one.
Para dormir.
And I'm trying to tell him this, that in this world he can never be anything but an observer, that as long as he remains here, he's slowly killing himself. But he won't listen to me. He won't stop. Here, watch this. Stanley, the next time the screen asks you to push a button, do not do it.
Para esperar 8 para estar en el trabajo por la mañana. ¿Y si no lo pulso? Si no pulso no pasa nada. No lo quiero pulsar, tío. Lo voy a tener que pulsar.
You see? Can he just not hear me? How can I tell him in a way that he'll understand that every second he remains here, he's electing to kill himself? How can I get him to see what I see? How can I make him look at himself?
Presiona el P para cuestionar nada.
I suppose I can't. Not in the way I want him to. But I don't make the rules. I simply play to my intended purpose, the same as Stanley. We're not so different, I suppose. I'll try once more to convey all this to him. I'm compelled to. I must. Perhaps, well, maybe this time he'll see. Maybe this time. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I tried again, and Stanley pushed a button. And I...
No he pulsado absolutamente nada, ¿eh? No he pulsado ningún botón. ¡Qué puta rayada! ¡Qué puta rayada!
Stanley had never seen the office this brightly lit. Was it a sign of something? He hoped it was. He hoped very much that it was.
¿Qué tocará ahora?
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open, this was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to
Voy a
admire
admirar
it.
esa sala. Es maravillosa. Mira.
The lounge was grand, majestic, perhaps too majestic. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
No, mejor no.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
¿Y si salto?
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here.
Sí, hemos
I'm
empezado
not
con el pie
trying.
izquierdo, la
Really,
verdad.
I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten about. What? Really? I was in the middle of something. Do you have zero consideration for others? Are you that convinced that I want something bad to happen to you? Why, I don't know how to convince you of this, but I really do want to help you, to show you something beautiful. Look, let me prove it. Let me prove that I'm on your side. Give me a chance.
Dame una chance.
Now listen carefully, this is important.
Vale.
Stanley walked through the red door.
Por la puerta azul.
Aha, perhaps you misunderstood. Stanley walked through the red door.
Red es azul en inglés. Por la puerta azul.
I still don't think we're communicating properly. Stanley walked through the red door.
Antes me he dado la vuelta yo, estaba la puerta azul. He ido por la puerta azul, así que ahora toca ir por la puerta roja de verdad.
Oh, thank God you are willing to
Gracias a
listen
Dios,
to
tú
me.
sí que se
Do
escucha.
you see that I really have wanted you to be happy all this time? The problem is all these choices. The two of us always trying to get somewhere that isn't here. Running and running and running, just the way you're doing right now. Don't you see that it's killing us, Stanley? I want it to stop. We would both be so much happier if we just stopped. And I think I have a solution. Here, let me show you.
Vale. Ok. A ver, ¿cuál es tu solución, crack?
What do we want? What are we looking for? Here. Yes. Oh, it's beautiful, isn't it? If we just stay right here, right in this moment with this place, Stanley, I think I feel happy. I actually feel happy.
¿Cómo mola? ¿Y por aquí?
No, wait. Where are you going? Oh, no. Stay away from those stairs. If you hurt yourself, if you die, the game will reset. We'll lose all of this. Please, no, Stanley, let me stay here. Don't take this from me.